Hello visionaries, I'm James and I welcome you to my channel. Today I'll be discussing two patents that were published in the official Patent Gazette on May 4th, 2021. Before I start telling you about them, I want you to know that if anybody's interested in reading patents on your own, this week is a great week to start. As I was browsing through the new patents, it was like every single one was amazing, and I wanted to include all of them. So if anybody's interested in reading up on patents on your own, now's a really good time to start. The first patent I'm going to discuss is titled Devices and Systems for Proactively Influencing Brainwaves. This patent was awarded to Daniel Joseph Corser from Glenmoore, Pennsylvania. And this is literally a device for brain control. What it does is it'll be a helmet that has a built-in computer and it monitors your brainwaves. And if your brainwaves start getting out of whack, then it starts sending waves at your brain for you to start thinking differently. It's stated in the patent that it's intended to help people with stress or anxiety. So it can help a lot of people, but at the same time, who really wants to be under the control of mind control? The second patent I'm going to discuss with you is titled Genetically Modified Cells, Tissues, and Organs for Treating Disease. This patent was granted to the Regents of the University of Minnesota. I really don't know what exactly is the Regents of University of Minnesota. I'm going to assume it's one of their divisions. But anyway, this patent is for cells to be cloned and grown that are genetically modified so that we really wouldn't need people to donate organs anymore. You know, tons of people die every year because they need organ transplants and there's not enough donors. So this would allow people to have organs transplanted into them, not from a donor, or originally the cells would be from a donor. That donor, in this case, could be from a human or it could be from an animal. And those cells would be modified and they would be grown. They would be duplicated and make full organs so that they could be transplanted into people. There's a whole bunch of patents in this field already. I don't want you to think that, oh, this is the first one and this is what this patent really focuses on. It focuses a lot on the immune system, because the reason why a lot of times transplants get rejected, and usually you can't have a transplant from different species, you can't have a transplant from other animals into a human, because the immune systems reject each other. So this patent focuses a lot on how to modify the immune systems of those cells in order for them to be compatible with humans. I know I went through today's patents pretty quickly. That's because I felt like they were pretty easy to understand. And what I think is more interesting is what these patents have in common, which is what I want to spend most of my time talking about. So what did these patents have in common? Yes, they can both help people. Just about every patent I ever present will be able to help people, so there's a bigger answer. The bigger answer is, these are technologies that a lot of people are afraid of. I mean, think about it. We have mind control, number one, and number two, we have genome editing. So there's pretty good reasons to be afraid of this. I mean, when you think about technology, it usually doesn't take leaps and bounds in one day. Technology forms little step by little step by little step, and over a long course of time, that's when you see big innovations. So we're looking at these little baby steps. What directions are they moving in? Well, probably some point in the future, you'll be able to really control people's brains. I mean, the level of brain control that patent has is mostly to calm somebody down. But as we understand more about the brain, we'll be able to manipulate it more, and we'll be able to control people's thoughts, ideas, and probably their dreams. Probably every thought they ever have could be controlled by another person. And probably won't even need a helmet. It'll probably just be able to be done remotely. So that's probably going to be in the future that we see. And then the second patent is to use genetically modified cells to be put in people from animals. So as that continues developing, I mean, might we see interspecies hybrids where there's humans running around with different animal parts? Maybe. More likely everybody's genes will be edited before they're born so that their parents know exactly how they'll be. The parents or whoever chooses it might not be the parents that chooses the children's genes. It might be the government, or it might be somebody else. But we'll probably see children being born with selective genes. But, you know, in the future there might be cyborgs. Might not need DNA anymore. It might be humans with robot parts, or we might live in a future where the robots control everything and there are no people. Or now UFOs are a real thing. UFOs are on the news now, so now that that's real, maybe there'll be human UFO children. Human UFO hybrids. Yeah, I could imagine that. Be little kids running around with green heads and two eyes. Well, if that does happen, I'll be the person that donates. I'll be the volunteer. I will be the donor to create the very first human UFO hybrid. That'll be fun. But in seriousness, there are reasons to be scared of these patents, of this technology. The whole thing, though, is that there are people that just want technology not to be developed. Like, whoa, this stuff can be scary. This can lead to scary things. I and they just say we just shouldn't develop it. I think that's wrong. If you look back over history, every step of the way, there's always people that want technology not to be developed. And as much as technology gets developed, it's always been a good thing. It's always made people's lives easier and better. Throughout history, technology always has. Albert Einstein is somebody that I've always looked up to and respected. I'm sure mostly everybody in the world knows who that is and feels the same way. But he said he regretted helping to create the atomic bomb. And everything he's ever said, I think that's the dumbest and least insightful thing he's ever said. Because look, yes, okay, the atomic bomb brought a tragedy into the world. It cost people's lives and it was very sad. But the technology itself, so many inventions came from that led to so much innovation. In today's world, we wouldn't have nuclear power. And nuclear technology is used in all sorts of fields and industries. So I think if Einstein lived longer, he probably would have said that he didn't regret building the atomic bomb just because the benefits of technology very much outweigh the cons of technology. But then where does that leave us? We just have to regulate. It's really the government's role to regulate and create rules and laws of what can and cannot be done as technology develops. But government usually has a reputation of being slow compared to technology or businesses being developed. But, everybody needs to keep their eye on it and make sure that things aren't getting out of hand. Well, I'm going to leave the video there. Have a nice day. Take care. If you like my content, like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave comments down below. Take care till next time, and goodbye.